we have to see on the one of the nicest square of the city in the downtown in Budapest, a monument who we can see huge lying.
It is very unfortunate that the Liberty Square became really a kind of showcase for all types of different memorialization processes and desires. And if you follow the kind of the touristic route, what the different tourist guides are set up on the Liberty Square, they are basically hurdling the tourist through the Liberty Square from the occupation memorial, saying that that represents the Nazism, to the Soviet Liberation Monument, saying that that represents the Soviet occupation, to Ronald Reagan, saying that now this is when the Cold War ended and Ronald Reagan brought democracy. So they call it the Freedom Trail, going from the Nazi occupation to the Soviet occupation and to the liberty of 1989. And that's a very simplistic and extremely harmful kind of generalization about the Hungarian and Eastern European history. The monument has got lots of different meanings. It depends on what kind of memory culture you are actually belong to. Because if you ask the official Hungarian memory politicians, then they would say that this is the Museum of Occupation and the occupation impacted everybody. But if you ask those who are actually protesting from day 0 or even day -15, when the first news was released that this monument will be erected, then they are saying that this is a monument which is showing a very important redefinition and revision of the Hungarian memory politics, creating an imagined, united, unified, essentialized Hungarian victimhood.
The monument on Szabadság tér can be read as a Holocaust memorial for the Jewish victims who were deported from Hungary in spring 1944. But it can also be read, and it invites by its symbolism to be read as a monument commemorating the end of Hungarian sovereignty as a state. I'm sure that the monument, the new monument, needs to be interpreted or has been built in order to be seen and to be read in a dialogue with the war monument of the Soviets. So the meaning of the memorial was turned around by the statue of Ronald Reagan, who was placed on the other side of the monument. That means facing the American embassy, moving towards the monument with the intention of removing this obstacle between the American order of things.
This memorial, so-called memorial of the German occupation, this memorial is an illustration who intend to push all responsibility for the crimes, genocide and so to the Germans, the German nation, and to show Hungary as an innocent, an angel, innocent, victimized by the Germans. It's a huge lying.
What's the counter memorial saying? That's a good question, to be honest. There is no single message. So there's this 11 emlékmű with the 2 chairs as a symbol. As they told us, it should represent dialogue. And then there's Szabadság Színpad, which is the freedom stage. They both have different approaches toward the monument. In the beginning, there are these small stones which represent, or which Jewish people put on graves, usually, these white stones. There are like life stories, there are photographs, but there are also caricatures, satiric caricatures. So over time, everyone puts his own message into the counter memorial.
I am here almost every day. I can see and how people focused many more for the living memorial. This memorial works and message has impact. The message has impact. The tragedy when Hungarians deported Hungarians, and we have to tell the truth, and not only for us but for everybody. And we have to start discussions and understand each other.